Welcome to Éxito in Minutes. I'm here with
Alex Espinoza,
my co-host, and I'm Troy Blanchard. Thanks for joining us today. We're super excited. Éxito in Minutes is all focused about how in minutes we can learn the best practices, valuable tips to help you achieve your full potential. We're inviting experts to come in, and they're going to share inspirational stories. Our main purpose is when you're concluding listening to these podcasts that you will be a better person and take some of those best practices, learn not just from us, but from our guests. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to Éxito in Minutes. I'm here with my co-host,
Alex Espinoza,
and our guest,
Carlos Vaca.
And I'm Troy Blanchard. We are super excited to have Carlos here again. I told you before, if you're not following him, you better do it because I'm telling you it's worth your time. So first of all, we want to start off with the second pillar, but I got to ask him a quick question. This is totally spontaneous. Why do you cut out so much content? What's your why behind that? You are incredible at posting, but that's a lot of time.
I feel that if I get to reach at least one person with that message and it gets to them, like makes a change in their mind, it was worth it. So the more content I get out there, hopefully I can reach out to more people and make that shift in their mind, like change that perspective of life.
I love that. Thanks for doing that.
Thank you.
Honestly,
appreciate it. Thank you.
If you're looking for a coach, Carlos is your person.
Thank you.
All right, let's go ahead. We got 3 pillars we're going to try to cover in 9 minutes, right? And we want to make it short, sweet, but powerful for you. So let's talk about the first pillar. What do you?
Okay, so to continue.
Actually, the fourth pillar. I'm sorry.
That's correct.
Fourth
yes.
pillar.
So we continue with this, with the fourth pillar. So the fourth pillar right now is results. So this is very important because a lot of people just live life without measuring anything at all. Yeah. So we're just living really but this is important for you to to understand where you're going and the things that you're doing are working out or not, and that's when you measure and you track all these things.
Okay, I something's come to my mind, and I just love this aspect of the measuring. So I always, as a company, quarterly, you do measuring, right? Mm-hmm. You have your strategy meetings, you create your KPIs and your priorities for the next quarter, and it's just this fantastic event. And one day, I follow KPIs and priorities, and all of a sudden, this married couple pops up, mm-hmm. and they're like, they've got their backpack, and she's packing it all, and they leave for the weekend, just a Friday, Saturday night. And they've got their white paper and their pens, and they measure how they did as a couple the previous 3 months. Wow. What areas do they need to work on? And that's a hard conversation. Hey, I need you, honey, to improve, I don't know, your communication with mm-hmm. me, and she might say to me, you need to be less offended, and they put on their goals. We need to brindar. I was going to say brindar. We need to show more love to our kids, and they write down the action. And then when they leave after 3 days, it's like a 3-day date night, but they're measuring their progress of their kids. They're measuring the progress of their relationship, their budget. They check everything.
That's awesome.
Oh, I love that idea of measuring.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think of that. But that's when you realize that couple is actually have a good level of consciousness. Yeah. Because not everyone can hear your partner's feedback when it's not something that you want to hear. Your ego comes into play, and then it could actually burn the house down. So.
And if your ego's coming into play, call Carlos. Right? You want to go. So okay, that's pillar number 4, right?
Okay, before we go, there's this quote I want to read. This is from President Thomas S. Monson. He was the president of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. Okay. He said, when performance is measured, performance improves. When performance is measured and reported, the rate of improvement accelerates.
So it's not just measure, it's measure and report.
And report, because it's like in your example, when you talk with your wife or spouse or whatever it is, you actually are reporting. It's like, okay, I did this because of this. I don't want to hear this, even though I need to listen to this and stuff like that. So you start reporting, and you are conscious because all that information comes out of your mouth or you can see on a written place. So it changes everything. It's like, it's not the same when they say you are doing great. Okay, what do you mean? What is great for you? It's like, no, I just sold, 2 pencils. Okay, great for me is like 200. Yeah. So it's actually, you're not doing even good. You're doing really bad. So stuff like that will help you improve when you see the information.
I love that.
Something I wanted to add just before we go into the next pillar. I just wanted to say that tracking this and measuring this, having these KPIs for work or your life, whatever it is, just remember that they also teach you things, what's working and what's not working, so you can take action. So just, it's not always bad news. It's always see also what's working and learn from it, and how can you make it better, or just keep continue using the same strategy. And just remember that, guys.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. One of my favorite, there's a book out there by a Harvard professor. His name was Clayton Christensen, Dr. Clayton Christensen, How to Measure Your Life. I'm telling you, it's worth every page that you read on that book.
Awesome.
How to Measure Your Life. Okay, next one. Let's go to the pillar number 5.
Number 5 is lifestyle. So here we're going to talk a little bit about how to design a life that you don't want to run away from. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I literally made a video about this a couple of weeks ago, and I talked about it. It's basically like how people are, working every day, like looking for 5 o'clock to go home, run away from work. You live in like waiting the whole year to go on vacation, and that's when like right now you still you are able to change your life right now to enjoy it. So apply, I don't know, whatever you like, and there is this thing that I call a non-negotiable for you. And if you want to apply that to your daily life or weekly, lifestyle, it's that time specific for you that you enjoy and that you're actually looking forward to it, But it could be every day as well, maybe 30 minutes.
I love that.
Yeah.
Let me give you an example of this, okay? And I go back to parenting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm hoping our audience is mostly parents at this point, but if you're not, please listen. All right. So when you think of like non-negotiable, my non-negotiable is daddy-daughter dates
okay.
and father-son hangouts, right?
Nice.
And you can set up a frequency. It could be once a quarter, once every 6 months, once a year, or once a week. I know that's something that Alex does frequently. But let me just really briefly tell you, there was somebody that I was listening to that he's like, I can't do a daddy-daughter date. It's impossible for me to do it because of my work schedule. And so I get up every morning at 5:30 once a week, not every morning, once a week. And my daughter and I cook breakfast together and we walk together to the park. We hang out with the dog. We just spend quality time together. Now, arguably, I'm sure maybe a mom might say, or somebody else like, but they need to sleep. They need to sleep. They don't. They need your time. They need your effort. So I love the idea of designing your life. I also find this a lot with the young singled adults that a lot of times that they don't live life with intention. And if they just make a difference of measuring and designing their life with intention, I always say, what's your plan? What's your 1 year and your 3 year plan? And all the time they're like, I'm going to college. So what? What's your 1 year plan? What else do you want to accomplish besides that?
Exactly.
And so it's just blows me away that people have, it's not outlined. So if you don't have it, outline it. If you need help, again, call Carlos. Okay, let's go to the last one.
Awesome. The last one is service. So, here is something that is really important in life. I think I didn't know about this until recently, like a few years back, how important it is to serve your community, family, whoever you need to,
Church.
share your, the most valuable thing we have right now is time. So share your time with them. If you can share more things, if you can, cook some food for people, whatever, do things that will, fill you first, will fulfill you. And don't expect anything in return. That's the best thing. Do things because it comes from inside of you, like because you want to help people.
What if our audience can't do that? What if they're like, ooh, I got to cook somebody for dinner? Like how do you get to that point if you're not there? Why do I want to go clean up at the park, right? Like, how do you get there?
Even picking up like rubbish from the floor.
Yeah.
These things are like you helping the community. Like you do it because you want to, see the streets better or see, like have, the space nicer for people. These little things makes a difference,
I was telling these guys earlier, I saw this image where there's this door and it's like this door and there's like 30 people lined up and it says complaint. And then the other doors contribute, like to help.
Yeah.
And there's one person standing in a line and people will drive out of the neighborhood and they're like, why doesn't somebody pick up that garbage? And my wife said one of her favorite quotes is, I discovered I'm that somebody. Because in English, you'll hear somebody, why doesn't somebody fix this process? Why doesn't somebody pick up the garbage? Why doesn't somebody clean out there, the complainer, right?
Yeah.
And they don't realize they're somebody. So I love that. That's a great one.
Be the change in the world that you want to see, right?
Yeah, I love that.
Be the change you want to see in the world. Yeah, exactly. I mean, personally, I do give out free coaching sessions when people really, I feel like they need it. And that's me contributing to the world to make that person's life better somehow, and also making content
Yeah.
creating, Instagram
To
reels.
help other people.
It's just to help, and that's the way to contribute to the world for me. You can find any other way, anything. Just like I said, picking up rubbish from the floor, that could be one. Or spend time with your grandma. I don't know, like if no one else does it, and you feel like, oh, why no one is visiting grandma? You be that person, go visit grandma, give her your time, like do these little things that will fulfill that person and fulfill you, and don't expect anything in return.
There's an application called Just Serve. If you look online to justserve.org, it actually gives you ideas in the areas where you live. Depends on what part of the world you live in, but it gives you ideas. Love this content. Thanks for joining us for 4, 5, and 6. Come back for pillar number 7, 8, 9.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.